Welcome to Swonkie's expert demo. We will first dive deep on the Submit for Approval system that is embedded in Swonkie, which allows you to send your posts for approval without the need for files going back and forth between team members or external clients. To send a post for approval, you can either do it on the Add New Post menu, and then by clicking on Schedule and Submit for Approval. Or do it from the Planning menu, by clicking on a post you already scheduled, then on Options and Send for Approval. In the last demo, you saw how you can send one post at a time for external or internal approval. But you can also send multiple posts for approval at the same time. For that, on the Post for Approval menu, just add the email of the person you want to approve your content and then, instead of clicking on Send for Approval now, click on Send to Pool. After that, if you click on Go to Workflow Pool, you will then be presented with all the posts awaiting you to send them for approval. And this is where you can send multiple ones for approval at the same time, by simply checking the boxes of all the contents, and then clicking on the Send 3 posts for approval. The person that receives the request will have in their email inbox the overview of the said posts, and the option to view them. When the option View Post is clicked, the approver will have to either approve your content or request another review. If the approver, however, decides to reject the content, he will need to leave a comment on what needs to be reviewed. This will automatically trigger the need for reviewing the content on Swonkie, without the need to click on the Request Review button. When the rejection of the post happens, you will receive a notification on Swonkie telling you that someone commented on the post. If you miss the notification pop-up, you can check it on the bell notification icon in the top right corner. You can click on Check on the notification, and then see what was commented on that specific post. Here you can either respond to what was said or make the required adjustments by clicking on Edit. Once all the changes are done, you can finally publish or schedule your content to the desired date. Next up, we will take a look at a Swonkie feature that allows you to get real-time insights about your competitors and benchmark them to compare their results to yours on social media. You can monitor any competitor you like on the Competitors menu by clicking on the Add Competitor button. After that, you will be presented with a menu where you can customize what information will show up on your competitor feed. Start by selecting the channel in which you want to compare your profile against the competition. And then social media. We will pick Instagram. Next, you will be required to type the exact social media profile handle of your competitor and click Enter. Lastly, select the alerts that you want to be notified when your competitor reaches them. You have the option to select multiple types of alerts. Here we will select likes and comment. You will then need to insert the amount of likes and comments your competitor needs to reach for Swonkie to notify you. Finally, click on Add. As you can see, your custom feed has now been created to show you exactly what your competitors are posting and what types of results they are getting from them. On the left, you also have the option to define your search by filtering which channel, social media, profile, alert type, status, and date you want to see. Let's now create a report that allows you to have a comprehensive view of exactly how you compare to your competitors in terms of audience, posts, engagement, performance, and hashtag. To create a competitor report, go to the Reports menu and click on Create New Report. Here is where you can create and customize your report. Start by giving your report a name. After that, you can give it a tag name in case you want to specify a particular detail or objective for the report. Then select the channel, followed by the social media and social media profile. Lastly, you can add the competitors you want to compare yourself against with. Clicking on Next, you will be able to customize the metrics shown in your report. In this case, we will select all the data. Finally, click on Save to generate your report. When clicking on the View button, you will be faced with the full report, which you can then navigate and analyze the specific metrics you desire. Next, we will show you how you can create and analyze ad campaign reports on Swonkie. This feature empowers you to effortlessly generate detailed reports on your social media advertising effort. To create an ad campaign report, click on Reports, then on Ads Campaign, and finally on Create New Report. Here, you will be able to customize your report. Start by giving it a name, and then a tag if you want to differentiate or give the report some specific detail. Then select the channel in which you want to create the report, followed by the social media and the social media profile. If you are creating this report for a client of yours, you have the ability to put on the report the agency's logo and name, so you can give them a more personalized service. Lastly, the ability to schedule the report to be sent to your email is also available. When you select a certain periodicity, you can select exactly which date and time you want Swonkie to send the report to up to 3 different emails. When you click on Next, an overview of your current campaigns will show up. You can select which campaign you want to analyze. After that, a menu will show up with dozens of metrics, from money spent to how many leads you acquired. Just select the ones you want to see and then click on Save. Your report has now been created. Here you can see all the detailed metrics you selected in the previous step about your campaign. In the end, if you click on Posts List, you can also see exactly how every ad creative is performing, and filter them from best to worst on reach, spend, impressions, and cost per click. Before we move on, don't forget you can export this report either in PDF, PowerPoint, or CSV. Next, in the top left corner menu, you can click on the Ads Overview button to take a quick look at the performance of all your ads combined that you have on your Meta Business profile. This report is created automatically, and you can choose which account you want to see the data about here. Through these reports, you not only get a much faster overview of your metrics compared to Meta Business Suite, but you can also export all these data in PDF, PowerPoint, or CSV, directly share it to an email, or copy a link to it. Let's now turn our focus to the social listening feature. Social listening allows you to monitor your brand's online presence effectively by tracking mentions, comments, keywords, and conversations across various social media platforms and online channels. To create a social listening report, head to Listening and click on Create New Project. A pop-up will open where you can fill in the name of your project and select the sources where you want to do your search. We will choose Instagram and YouTube and click on Next. In step 2, you can choose a term, mention, and/or hashtag to find mentions, or use our advanced search option. First, let's choose to track a keyword. To do that, simply click on Add Keyword and you will be able to insert up to 10 keywords. Let's add the keywords Starbucks and Costa. On the right side, you will notice that you have the option to either track the keywords with the condition or, and. If you select the condition or you monitor posts that contain one of the keywords you insert. With the Starbucks or Costa example, all publications and articles containing at least one of the keywords are imported. If you select the condition, and you are monitoring social media posts and web articles that contain both keywords. This means that if there is only one of them, the publication will not be imported into the project. Sticking with the and condition, you can see you can play around with different options by either excluding the word Starbucks and keeping Costa, or the other way around. You can also decide to track exactly the words in the brackets, which means if one of them is misspelled on the articles or posts, they will not be imported into the project. Before we move on, let's also show you what our advanced search query can do. If you click on Use Advanced Query Creation, you will see you have more customizing options allowing you to get more precise results. You can add, for example, another group rule and give it the command and not, which will delete all the matches that contain the negative keyword you insert. In this example, let's say we want to track phrases containing Starbucks and Costa, but we want to exclude any that refer to the ones in London. For that, simply select Keyword, then including, type London. As you can see in the query preview, you are now searching for all posts and articles with the word Starbucks and Costa, but not with the word London. Now that we have the words we want to track, you can scroll down to limit how many mentions can this project capture within a month, and select the time frame for the historical information for the project. Finally, you can select if you do not want your own publications to appear in the project. By clicking on Next, you will have the ability to choose the language and country in which you want Swonkie to collect information. When you are finished, click on Create Project and the project you created will show up in the dashboard. Swonkie is now actively searching for any mentions of those keywords. To see a social listening report, just click on See More. You will then be presented with a quick summary of your mentions and what sentiment is associated with those mentions, split by positive, negative, or neutral. If you want to see your data in more detail, just click on Analytics, so you can filter results out by sentiment, sources, country, and others.